taking over, not because of only power, but speed and quickness, getting off the ball and then using their arms to get in the backfield.
11-yard loss on the sack, 2nd and 21. Sowers had no time. Fortunate he didn't lose the football here. Sowers out of the gun. Back split left and right. And he will hand it off through the middle. Big room right through the middle into Garner territory. Tumbling down just outside the 30-yard line. Combs, the big pickup on 2nd and 21. He picks up 29 for a first down.
And Combs only a sophomore. Look at the power right there, running through the arm tackle, and then the speed, the stiff arm. And he's a big power back, but also his.
There's the Saltwater Seafood scoring summary brought to you by Saltwater Seafood Market and Fry Shack. Fresh seafood daily. Off the right side, Combs tumbled out across the 30-yard line. The mark him back at about the 34. So pretty good yardage. And again with Bo Sowers, their senior quarterback, that was a tough throw to ask him to make in that last possession, especially, and we talked with Thurman Leach about this before the game, when it came to Davion Carrington. He just qualifies him as a great athlete. Offense, on returns, on defense, and he can't let a ball hang across the field covering that much territory when you have a guy like Carrington chasing.
Well, and Carrington also kind of baited Sowers into throwing that ball. He was playing off coverage, and then Sowers thought he was going to have enough room to get that ball in, and then he just broke on it.
And Sowers will hand it up the middle and breaking through. Danger here. Combs inside the 30, outrunning the Garner defense. Combs takes it in from 65 yards. Touchdown, Holly Springs. 59 seconds later.
66-yard run.
And Combs, he's a home run threat. Look at the blocking up front. Great job on the seal block, then the stiff arm, and then look at the speed. Combs running away from the Garner defense. Again, only a sophomore. This is a talented running back, one of the top players in the state, and he's only going to get better.
And he's only going to get bigger. We've seen the strength, upper body. We've seen the speed now. Did you notice against whom he delivered that stiff arm as the extra point is knocked through to tie things up? It went against Davion Carrington, the top athlete on this Garner side. 7-7. This is going to be entertaining tonight. It's senior night, it's homecoming, it's the last game of the regular season, and a chance for Holly Springs to claim its first ever conference championship. They've run the table so far in the SWAC at 4-0. As we take a look at the Saltwater Seafood drive summary, 59 seconds, and how about this? 65 right up the middle by Combs.
Well, and Bauman Sauls, the offensive lineman, right up the middle there, paved the way. And then Combs, if he just has a little bit of room, he's going to break these long runs. He's done it all season. And Patrick, on that first drive, nowhere to run. The offensive line getting pushed back. Things look bleak. Then the past 2 drives, you've seen Combs take over. It's because of the offensive line making some adjustments, misdirection plays, and setting up some blocks for Combs to run through.
Well, this is going to... Welcome back to Holly Springs High School on our last regular season Friday night rivals, presented by Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. In my computer career, Patrick Keenis, Jay Sohnhalter, Aaron Summers with you. A game that has already witnessed 2 turnovers and 2 huge plays, and we're barely halfway through the opening quarter. And an ankle tackle slows down Combs, but not before he picks up 13 yards.
And Garner respecting the run, putting 10 guys in the box. Now the safety's playing up a little bit too, and they're definitely trying to stop Combs before he gets to the second level. But I'll tell you, if he makes a man miss, especially in that second wave, we've already seen his speed to take it the distance.
Blue Cross Blue Shield first down for Holly Springs. Lost its first 2 games of the year. As a matter of fact, they started the year 2-4. Handoff, Combs, and met stiff resistance, maybe a loss of a yard. Rashad Anderson, number 20, was the first one on the scene for the Trojan defense.
Oh, another play there, 10 guys in the box. Now, Garner, you're going to win some of those matchups. Look, nowhere to run. 2 guys, 3 guys jumping in on the tackle. But again, if Combs can get to the second level, if the offensive line can give him enough room, Garner does not have many defenders. The safety's coming up pre-snap to about 6 yards. So they're really loading it up, not trying to let him get going.
And if that continues, they are basically telling the Golden Hawks, you will beat us with Sowers and Wiegers and maybe Morgan, your top 2 wide receivers. It is a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. And a fake to Combs, holding his Sowers, darts through the middle, and is into Trojan territory. And depending on the mark, very close to a first down. He'll be at a yard to go on third down for Holly Springs.
Look at Hunter Saw's big number 78 pulling right there. Nice block, and then Sowers just waiting for that block to hit and then going through. And Sowers,
its first lead of the game, 7-all, early stages, second quarter. Backs left and right. Tight end in motion, and Sowers will throw. Gives up some ground. Heaves to the near pile. Line in the end. He'll make it turn, and a twisting catch is inbounds. Touchdown, Austin Weers and Holly Springs. An acrobatic pirouetting through the air. Touchdown reception. And Holly Springs claims its first lead of the night.
And Uyghur's just fighting for this ball. An outstanding route. He does it on the ground and through the air. We'll see him coming out of the backfield. A wheel route, getting into the flat, going out and then up. And then perfect throw by Sowers, giving Uyghur's a chance. Getting his feet in bounds, high pointing that ball, able to focus all the way through.
And now coming back on just 3 full days rest to play their final game of the regular season. That's a lot to ask, especially in November. Third down, short 11. Sowers faking pressure coming from the backside. Throws to the left, has his man. First down yardage. And Whitman down the sideline to about the 30-yard line. 36 yards for Braden Whitman on 3rd and 11.
Now this is a heck of a play by Sowers to see him with the ball fakes and to have the confidence and the poise to have his back turned. That was Cooley chasing after him and then throw a strike downfield to Whitman. This offense, with the ground attack with Combs running the ball, when they can get the play action pass going, they're dangerous.
Well, there's a lot of trust in Sowers running that play because they know that backside pressure is coming. I'm not sure that Sowers knew Cooley was coming at him, but he was very cool in the delivery. Option to the right, late pitch, Uyghurs. Collared around the 20-yard line. Boy, it's funny what one big third down conversion can do for a confidence within one drive. And we see it now to the long side of the field with the option. And that will be enough for a first down.
This is the third time we've seen Sowers go to the outside and pitch the ball at the perfect time. And Uyghurs with the stiff arm. Good job executing that.
Hurst is a football team captain, the team's defensive player of the year, and carries a 4.5 GPA. Luca is a member of the National Honor Society, a special needs volunteer, and a camp counselor. Luca is also the co-founder of his high school's sports debate club. Spencer, Luca, and other nominated All-Stars are also eligible to win a $5,000 scholarship to be presented at the end of the season, courtesy of Oxner Permar Law, making wrongs right.
Golden Hawks win the conference outright, a first for Holly Springs football.
Here we've never had a conference title in football. We've never even had a chance, as far as I know, to play. So by far the biggest game of our existence.
All of our games are really big, but this one just is for the championship. So, you know, it means a little bit more.
They're one of the top schools in the area, and it's just even bigger that this is for the conference championship.
It's going to be on the shoulders of that sophomore, number 6, Derek Combs. And Jay, you wanted to talk a little bit more expansively about him. We saw him run away from a very athletic Garner secondary for a 65-yard run early in the first half. What has really struck you about his skill set?
Well, it's his speed and his patience. As a young running back, so many times you don't wait for the hole to develop, but Combs, he's been very patient, and then you can just see his pure athleticism with his speed and his power. Over 100 yards on the day. But Patrick, let's really watch this game as it unfolds here in the third and fourth quarter, especially with Garner having played on Monday night, to see if that ground attack will start to wear down this defense. And that's really where I think Combs can take advantage of in this ballgame, is in the fourth quarter.
All right, we saw the big hit from Combs early in the game. Then how did the Garner defense change and how they defended Combs over the final quarter of this first half?
The defense.
I think Mitchell was thinking about bringing it in quickly and making a quick turn to get away from the defender marking him. Now fourth down decision for Garner.
Chase Honeycutt here with the hit. Good job. If you can't get to the ball, at least be physical. Try to dislodge it. Now this defense here. Again, 4th and long. The safeties have to play back. It's going to be the front 7 here for Holly Springs. It has to get pressure on McLean.
And McLean stays on the field. 4th down for Garner. Trailing 17-14. 9:50 left in the 4th. And we'll see what kind of formation that Thurman Leach comes up with. They'll redeploy Henry. There's a wing left. Under center McLean fakes the pitch. Pressure coming. And he sacks back outside the 45. Holly Springs turns it over on downs defensively. Inman and Matt Salkeld were there. They came with backside pressure on McLean, and they're playing like a team that wants a conference title. 9:44 left in the 4th. Holly Springs ball up 3. 9. Big collaboration sack on 4th down. And Holly Springs has the football up by 3. Still early stages of this 4th quarter. And there goes Combs breaking away down the seam. He's to the 20. Combs takes it in. 54 yards. Hawks go up 2 scores. And their first conference championship inching ever closer.
And Combs, he's got a special talent, and it is his speed. This is a player, only a sophomore. He's going to have a great career and opportunities at the next level. Look at him just take off here. The Garner defense not anywhere close to catch up, and Holly Springs trying to win the conference title here in the 4th quarter, taking over on the ground.
Extra point by Edwards is good. Well, midway through the 1st quarter, we saw Combs almost untouched from 65 take it in. This one a mere 54 yards, but is that the momentum kick in the backside that Holly Springs really needed, because they've been playing with fire with Garner here in that 3rd quarter. And Combs, again, once he breaks through, got through another high tackle. And we saw it in the 1st half. Nobody in that Garner secondary can catch him.
And Peyton Baum, number 77, with a nice block up front. And this is the momentum shift, the spark they needed, giving the ball to their best player on offense, having trust that he come through there. And it was a lot of second effort there. He initially got hit behind the line of scrimmage, just fought, kind of swerved off towards the right, and then went off to the races.
Well, it's in 2014, 10 in Thurman Leach's first year. And then the final 3 years before Leach came here, 14 and 15 wins and some appearances in the regional finals. Well covered again here by Holly Springs. They have to feel like defensively, as well as they played in the 2nd half, facing the adversity that they've seen, they just have to keep the Garner Trojans in front of them right now. And Garner might have this possession, maybe 2 more, and they need 2 scores.
And that's what it is.
Move the chains and take some of these 7 final minutes in this 4th quarter off the clock. And here is Combs digging through again off the right side. He's never gone down in that first hits. He's out close to midfield.
And Caleb Atkins, Hunter Sauls on this right side of the line of scrimmage, getting push. And then once you get the momentum of Combs, just running through these arm tackles. Very positive play on 1st down. The key here for Holly Springs, protect the football. Do not turn it over. If you feel like Garner's going after you, it doesn't matter if you get an extra yard. Get to the ground. Do not give Garner a turnover opportunity.
2 turnovers in the game for Holly Springs. 2nd and short near midfield. Wiggers in motion. And a very careful handoff. Combs holds on to it, is thrown forward to about the 41-yard line. That will stop the clock at 6:34, but it will advance the chains, and a Blue Cross Blue Shield 1st down for Holly Springs.
Kyle Morgan leading the way. Sauls as well pulling this offensive line. Once you kind of get into rhythm, these are just basic power plays, counter plays they're running. They're executing at a high level, running downhill. And we talked about Garner playing Monday night. Will this defense get tired? Holly Springs is hoping so with their running attack.
Boy, Golden Hawks can really put this game in the vice. 1st and 10 from the 41. Combs again, darts to right, and is tackled around the 37.
Combs again on the play, brought down by number 17, Terrell
Now, we were talking with Thurman Leach, Garner, sixth-year head football coach, before the game, and he was saying because Middle Creek has already finished its year, Middle Creek stands 4-1 inside the SWAC conference. Holly Springs 4-0, Garner 3-1. So if Garner came here and won, all three would wind up 4-1. Normally, a tiebreaker of picking lots out of a hat would be about 9th or 10th on the criteria list, but for whatever reason, it's first. It's not head-to-head. It's not point differential. It's pulling names of schools out of a hat as Combs breaks through and is tripped up inside the 25-yard line. So head 24-14, Holly Springs leading Garner. And one last handoff. King stood up around the 35, and the play clock will start. The game clock is beneath it, and the celebration for the first time for the Holly Springs Golden Hawks led to their first conference championship in school history. And it took a win over the Paragon Garner Trojans, and now a water bath by the Golden Hawks players to Robert Firth. He wears the ice water as his team wears the championship for the first time in school history.
Well, it's such a huge accomplishment. And all your goals going into the season, every team wants to win the conference first and then come away with a huge victory against Garner here at home. The way they played tonight, the momentum they have going into the playoffs, Patrick. But to win this conference title means so much to the players. You can just see the emotion out on the field.
5 straight wins to wrap up the regular season, all conference wins. Congratulations to the Holly Springs Golden Hawks. They are the first-time kings of the SWAC, beating Garner 24-14. We're coming back to wrap things up from Holly Springs after this. It is time to build a football trophy case for the Holly Springs Golden Hawks. 24-14 victory over Garner, and they are the outright undefeated champs of the SWAC. Let's go downstairs. Aaron Summers is with the fourth-year head coach Robert Firth and company. Aaron?
Coach Firth, there was 2 long touchdown runs, a 64 and a 54 by Derek Combs, as well as an interception. How huge was his effort tonight?
Oh, unbelievable. He's been unbelievable for us all year. He came through when we needed him. He's our MVP right now, and I can't say enough about his effort.
Last year, you didn't have any wins in the conference. This year, undefeated in the SWAC and a regular season championship. What is it about this team that led to a complete turnaround?
This is one of the closest teams I've ever been around. They bought in 12 months ago, and I can't say how proud I am of this team and how they stuck together, even when we were 500 football team from last to first. So.
Here's your Friday Night Rivals trophy.
Thank you.
Put that in the air.
Not only the conference championship, not only the Friday Night Rivals trophy, but a conference championship and now the first ever home playoff game for Holly Springs. Jade, that emotion signifies everything.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate the turnaround, the work that they put in to make this happen. And so many special players down there. A huge game tonight. They executed. They made it happen to do it here on your home field. Now, they still have work to do in the playoffs. They want more. But it's such a huge accomplishment, and just the joy they have. You have to feel happy for them that they accomplished their goal.
Yeah, the 23 seniors went winless last year, and they lead the championship. But there's the cornerstone of their future, number 6, the sophomore, Derek Combs. 24-14, the final score. Holly Springs runs the table in the SWAC. Well, all of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, My Computer Career, Oxner Piermar, and Hendrick Chevrolet, who make all of these games possible for all of our great viewers. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to our Friday Night Rivals telecast. Wake 86 at Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, U.S. Marine, Willamette College, Auto Park Honda, and Saltwater Seafood. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for all their great support. We'll see you back here for one more game. It'll be postseason playoff time on November 30th. Again, the final score, Holly Springs 24, Garner 14. For Aaron Summers, Jay Sohnhalter, Evan Badler, everybody, our wonderful Friday night rivals, truck outside. Patrick Keenis from Holly Springs saying goodnight, where the Holly Springs Golden Hawks have their first conference title. See you in the playoffs. Good night from Holly Springs.